Hey everyone! When I first saw the ad for this drone, everything looked perfect. Smooth flight, full control, and great video quality. That's what the commercial promises. But, as is often the case, reality can be quite different. Today, let's see if it lives up to the hype. First things first, the case. It looks compact, but it doesn't feel very reliable. As I found out, the drone can accidentally power on inside the bag, draining the battery before you even get to the flying spot. Now, let's check out the accessories. The remote control looks simple, but I'm a bit skeptical about the antennas. They seem like solid pieces of plastic, so I'm not sure if they actually work. If anyone knows more about this, drop a comment. Maybe I'm missing something about modern antenna design. There's also a set of spare propellers and a small screwdriver, which will come in handy for opening the remote and putting in the batteries, which, by the way, aren't included in the package. One thing I do appreciate is the instruction manual. It's full of illustrations, making it easier to follow even if you don't feel like reading through all the details. Now about the drone itself. It's pretty lightweight, which raises some concerns about how it will handle in flight, but we'll only know for sure once we get it in the air. Lastly, we've got the battery. Everything we need for the flight is here. Now, let's talk a bit about the drone itself. It looks compact and quite simple, especially for its price of around 100 Canadian dollars. Check out the antenna. It's literally just a wire sticking out from the bottom. Here's the camera. It's basic, without any stabilizers or sensors. Don't expect high-quality footage, especially when in motion. I'll show you a couple of examples so you can see what it can offer. Finally, the motors. Unfortunately, they're brushed, which means they wear out quickly, especially in dusty conditions. But as I mentioned, this is more of a toy for beginners, so don't expect too much from it. The manual for the drone is really well put together. It walks you through every step, and each section is accompanied by clear illustrations, making it much easier to follow, especially for beginners. Spare propellers are a crucial part for any new pilot. From my experience, you'll need them early on, especially during those first flights when crashes or rough landings are almost inevitable. Now, let's talk about the charger and the battery. The set comes with a standard USB charger. The drone's battery has a capacity of 1800 milliamp hours, which, according to the specs, should give you around 15 minutes of flight time. But in reality, that number can vary a lot depending on the weather and how you're flying. So, if you're planning on longer sessions, having extra batteries is a good idea. The remote control that comes with the drone runs on 4 AA batteries, which need to be purchased separately. It's easy to insert them using the screwdriver included in the package. In terms of functionality, the remote operates on a 2.4 GHz frequency, allowing you to control the drone from up to 150 meters in ideal conditions. It features basic controls, including joysticks for flight management and buttons for switching modes. For the first launch, we'll need the official app, which can be downloaded via the QR code in the manual. Available for both Android and iOS. First, I insert the battery into the drone and press the power button. The drone creates a Wi-Fi network, which I need to connect to with my phone. I find the drone's Wi-Fi network and connect to it. Now, I need to sync the drone with the remote controller and my phone. I raise the right stick on the controller up and then pull it down. The controller emits a characteristic sound, and now it's time to calibrate the drone. Following the simple prompts, this is done quickly. For more precise calibration, it's recommended to hold the drone with the camera facing down. After successful calibration, the indicator on the drone stops flashing and stays lit, and the video from the drone's camera appears on the screen. For indoor flights, I need to switch the drone to GPS off mode. To do this, I hold the GPS button until I hear a signal. The indicator should stop lighting up. However, to test all the features, I need to go outside, as most of them require GPS connectivity. The only thing I managed to check in the menu is the Music tab. In the app, I can immediately start a music track while recording video from the drone. By the way, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, now's the perfect time to subscribe to the channel. Now let's talk about the first flight indoors. The drone performed predictably and confidently, showing great results. But what would happen when I took it outside? Would its true potential be revealed, or would it face unexpected challenges? On that day, the weather was beautiful, with the wind blowing at 2 to 3 meters per second, and I was confident this wouldn't be a big problem. After a few adjustments to install the camera, adding about 40 grams to the drone's weight, I took off. The camera was essential, as the footage from the stock camera was less than impressive, only 720p quality. However, as soon as I lifted off, the drone began drifting with the wind. When I pushed the throttle forward, it gradually moved away from me. Realizing it might crash onto the shore before the lake, I shut off the motors, but it was already too late. It plummeted to the ground, and that turned out to be fatal for the drone. As I mentioned earlier, the motors in this drone don't handle such conditions well. Dust got into 3 out of 4 motors, causing them to stop working. In conclusion, I want to say that this drone isn't bad for the price. It supports FPV mode, allowing you to connect it to analog goggles and enjoy the flight. However, for my windy city, it turned out to be less than ideal. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more drone content, reviews, and epic flights. See you in the next one, and let's keep exploring the skies together.